Hello and welcome to another video. This is the AOC E2470SW. It's a 23.6 inch 1080p monitor running at 60 Hz. So let's get out the box and let's have a look. So inside the box you get a 3.5mm audio cable, extra power efficiency stickers, then there's a driver DVD, then next there's a warranty leaflet, and then we have the round base for the stand. After that we've got the standard IDC power cable, a DVI cable and a HDMI cable. And here we have the triangular back piece for the stand. The screen is well protected inside the foam inserts and inside that in a protective bag. Now when I take the screen out of the bag, I always use the bag to lay it down onto to protect it from scratches while I assemble the stand. Now the stand is easy to fit, the back piece just slides onto the back of the panel like this, and then it just clicks into the base with these plastic clips. Now as I said in the intro, it has a 23.6 inch 1080p screen which runs at 60 Hz with a 1 millisecond response time. It's a TN panel, so not as good for colour reproduction as either a VA or IPS panel, but that's why this is able to be offered at such a low price. So let's have a look around the monitor, and at the rear first there's no fancy colours or RGB, just a pretty flat black plastic affair with the AOC logo debossed into it. Looking at the bottom you can see where the stand fits in, so let's have a closer look at that. Now the stand doesn't have height, swivel or rotation adjustment, just tilt, with a range between -5 and 15 degrees. But with the stand base being round, it doesn't really matter that you need to turn the whole thing to swivel it. It's a bit of a pain, but once you have turned it, it's going to look exactly the same on your desk anyway. The one thing I don't like though is the lack of height adjustment. The height of the monitor is far too low on the desk for me. So I'm either going to have to get a monitor riser like this one from Amazon, or a third-party stand or mount, as on the back here you can see there's a standard facer mounting point. So looking back at the monitor, and here we have the connectors. On the left hand side there's the standard 3-pin IDC power connector, then on the right are the HDMI, DVI and VGA ports. Then we have two 3.5mm jacks, one for audio in and one for headphone out. Going round to the front now, the bezels are a matte black plastic and the top and sides are about 15mm wide, a little too wide for multi-screen gaming though. Along the bottom bezel we have an AOC logo printed in silver, and on the bottom right are the push button controls for the on-screen menus and the power button, which also has a green power LED inside the actual button. The on-screen menus have enough settings to allow you to get the picture looking nice, and the controls do take a little getting used to, but they're okay. There is also the function to switch between the different inputs easily, and also for instant access to the volume controls for the speakers, which, as with the majority of monitors these days, are not great. Well, actually, scratch that, they are awful. Okay, so now I've come into the Epidemic Sound website. I'm going to play some music from here. This is where I get all the music from for the videos that I make. I'm not going to do any post-processing on the audio at all. I'm just going to play it through the speakers and it'll pick up into the iPhone, and then I'll put it through the Creative Pebble speakers that I've got, and you'll be able to hear the difference there. So let's click play on there. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to the Pebble speakers. There you go. It's very much a marked difference between the two. The speakers on the monitor will be good for notifications, things like that, but for music, for playing games through, watching videos through, they're really not good enough. So my advice is get yourself a set of speakers like the Creative Pebbles that I've got, or get yourself a decent headset. So going back to the screen, and that low 1 millisecond response time means that the AOC E2470SW feels really snappy with no real ghosting to write home about. I was pretty impressed at how comfortable it was playing games on it, and it's not going to challenge any high refresh rate monitors for smoothness, but for a 60Hz panel it actually felt really nice to use for some casual gaming. After calibration with the Datacolor SpiderX monitor calibrator, I get an sRGB reading of 90% and an Adobe RGB reading of 70%. That's not to say the colours are bad. They aren't, and as I said before, it's perfectly okay for casual gaming, but it is really the minimum you want for photo editing. Text does look pretty clear and it is totally legible too. In all, it is much better than I expected, to be honest. Dark colours, especially blacks, do look a little washed out, although that is to be expected with a TN panel, and it's only when I put it next to a more expensive IPS panel that I really noticed how bright it was. So as I say, this is an all-round general purpose monitor that, at about £90 currently here in the UK, is perfect for a beginner or budget conscious user, or as I'm doing, using it as a second screen for something like email or Discord to be open while I'm working on videos on my main screen. The only things that let it down are the stand and the speakers. Both of these are not insurmountable, of course. Just raise it on a box or something and use a set of headphones. The screen itself makes it well worth it, and for the cost I really do feel this is a fantastic bargain buy. So I'll leave a link to the AOC E2470SW in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. And I'll also leave a link to my Patreon account where, if you want, you can pop along and join these lovely people in supporting the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, why not pop along to our Teespring store and check out our cool merch, including the t-shirt I'm wearing in this video. So give this video a like if you liked it. Got loads more videos coming very soon. Best way not to miss any of those is to subscribe below. It doesn't cost a thing, and if you click the bell notification icon, you'll be told every time I upload a new video. Speaking of new videos, why not watch one of our other videos on the left hand side of the screen right now. So thanks for watching, and I will see you later.